So yasa nubavato yeka niwata sindi bisanam. Yami chewa nuyong jando. The third line in the first stanza contains the word anuyong jando, which means practicing. This expression alone in itself does not convey the sense to simply do the recitation of the Metta Sutta. The intention is to refer to the practicing Metta Bhavana, that is, developing Metta through practical meditation. It is because in the Metta Sutta, where 11 advantages of Metta Bhavana are enumerated, it explains that these are the advantages of Metta Citta Vimukti. Metta Citta Vimukti could not possibly have to mere requirement of recitation only. Only Appana Jhana is Metta Citta Vimukti. It has been clearly explained in Gautara commentary. So if advantages, yogi has the benefits of sound sleep, etc. are desirable, Metta Bhavana should also be developed in addition to making recitation. And then Buddha started Metta Sutta. Karaniya Mata Kusalena Yanta Santam Badam Bisamaja Sako Ujuja Sujuja Suajo Jasa Mudu Anatimani. The meaning is, if you fully know the real advantages, if you desire of achieving and realizing the blissful nirvana, you must surely practice 3 training: sila training, morality; samadhi training, concentration; and panya training, insight, wisdom. Meditator must be capable of taking up this practice. What is indicated by this expression is that if you wish to be liberated from all suffering, you should have the ability to practice sila, samadhi, and panya, or vipassana, without any regard for your own self or material body, to the extent of sacrificing your own life. It may be stated as resembling a worldling. The person who realizes the worldly advantages that can be obtained is striving to acquire the best advantage under the given circumstances, either by way of earning his livelihood as a trader or as a businessman or public servant. Just as gold, silver, and other kinds of properties will be beneficial to him in the pursuit of his worldly business affairs, Sila, Samadhi, and Panya, 3 trainees are really the best advantages to be gained in his long journey through samsara. These are the essential things to be practiced and acquired. In the least, if you are accomplished in your sila, moral conduct, you will not be reborn in the lower state. You will not go down to the realms of abhaya. Instead, you are sure to reach the worlds of human beings and devas, where pleasant and favorable conditions prevail. If you practice samatha meditation, and if you could attain jhana samadhi, you will be elevated to a happy life existence in the abode of Brahmas, where the lifespan lasts for eons. If you practice vipassana, if you accomplish vipassana insight knowledge, and if you have fully achieved Sotapatti Mega Phala, you will forever be free from landing in the four woeful states. Later, you will enter into Prinivana on your demise after attainment of Arahantship and after having been reborn in the abodes of good realms for not more than 7 existences. If you accomplish with Aratta Megaphala Jnana, you will totally escape from the suffering of life existences. That is, you will be no more future life existence for you. That is the reason why Sila, Samadhi, Pinya, morality, concentration, and wisdom are the real advantages insofar as samsara is concerned. These attributes should be gained through your practice of vipassana meditation. Such being the case, the yogi who is thoroughly proficient in the practice of sila, samadhi, and pinya should be capable of exercising vipassana meditation with complete understanding. It is a practice which should invariably be performed without any doubt that these higher morality and learning are hard to be practiced. Yogi should not feel disappointed that realization or insight knowledge is not within my reach, and you should not find fault. Early morning wake up and non-stop practicing, sitting, walking, and daily activities. The whole day practice, sleeping hour is only 6 hours or 4 hours. It is very difficult to practice. You should not find fault like this. The practice of Samadhi Bhavana is difficult and tiresome. You should not be disappointed. You should not give it up through indolence and weakness, and Master Sayadaw encourage. Open your paper, take it, page number 2, number 3. Genuine advantages of Sila, Samadhi, and Pinya be fully grasped with keen proficiency. Having understood this, one should be capable of practicing meditation, leading to the acquirement of advantages. These are the real advantages. It is not for one life. In samsara, you can obtain a lot of advantages by practicing vipassana. Can you follow me? Genuine advantages of Sila, Samadhi, and Pinya be fully grasped with keen proficiency. Having understood this, one should be capable of practicing meditation, leading to the acquirement of advantages. Can you read together? Genuine advantages of Sila, Samadhi, and Pinya. Having understood this, one should be capable of practicing meditation to the acquirement of advantages. The statement genuine advantages be fully grasped with keen proficiency is in conformity with what has been stated. Atta kusalena, you should be skillful in your benefits. So yogi must be competent to resort to this noble practice. To enable one to do so, you must have saddha, faith in the practice, faith in the Buddha. Saddha you need to have, a virya, perseverance or effort. Ardent effort is necessary in the practice. Only if you have absolute faith with firm belief that the advantages of benefits are sure to derive, you may be inclined to take up the practice of vipassana meditation, which will eventually lead to the attainment of nirvana after achieving mega phala. On the other hand, some people who have no faith in the Dhamma, no faith in the Buddha, will not be able to practice Sila, Samadhi, and Pinya. They do not practice because they have no faith in the practice. Some people said that these practices are not required to be developed. If practiced, it will only end in misery. During the practice, a lot of suffering, a lot of unpleasant sensation you need to encounter, but these have to be overcome. Should not be complained, need to be endured, need to be aware of the unpleasant sensation. This kinds of remark is more wishful thinking. They are the people who have no faith or belief in the teaching of the Buddha. Such people have no inclination to indulge themselves in the practice of Sila, Samadhi, and Panya. If they fail to do so, since it has been preached as Karaniyam, you must practice, should be practiced without fail. Sakor, Buddha said, you must also have the ability to practice. So as a matter of fact, these people are totally lacking in Sila, Samadhi, and Panya, just like a penniless, pitiable penniless person. In samsara, if we go around in samsara, we need a lot of dhamma properties. If we have no Sila, Samadhi, and Panya or Dana, Sila, Bhavana, in samsara we will be suffering horribly. If we do not practice, we are like a pitiable, penniless person. These people who have no vipassana insight knowledge or dana sila bhavana are destined to the four woeful states. Moreover, unremitting effort is essential. If lacking in diligence, it becomes difficult to fully maintain the attributes of sila, morality. So it will be all the more burdensome to practice samadhi and panya. Some are even reluctant or lazy to listen the Dhamma, the subject of the practice of vipassana meditation. To a person who is diligent, nothing is difficult or burdensome. So yogis here, not for them, not burdensome to practice non-stop. Sitting, walking, standing, stretching, bending, seeing, hearing, everything you try to be aware, trying to be mindful, is not difficult and burdensome for the diligent yogi. You will make your relentless effort to achieve fully in anything which needs to be accomplished. So, utmost endeavor should be made to practice for the achievement of Sila. Yogi must have the ability to practice and perform the exercise with effort and enthusiasm. To be capable of doing so, faith and effort is essentially required to be accomplished. So it is important to carry on the practice of Sila, Samadhi, and Panya diligently after having accomplished yourself. And then Buddha said, Sako ujuja sujuja. Meditators must upright, very upright. Meditator must be honest, extremely straightforward and honest. When first becoming an ordained monk, though he may be honest at the initial stage of practicing meditation by the strength of his faith and conviction, At a later stage, when the strength of faith and effort is at the low level, as he becomes slack and defective concerning his morality. Suju, the quality of extreme honesty will deteriorate. Only by practicing without defect throughout the lifetime, Suhuju, very upright, will remain intact. So coming to the retreat, in the beginning, some yogi have strong faith and conviction, but later their faith and energy becomes at low level. Here Buddha said, without defect throughout the, the whole schedule, Suju, very upright way should be remain intact. To put it in another way, if free from craftiness without any pretension of having possessed the attributes which he is not really endowed with, he will be considered the straightforward Uju. If free from defect and pretension, he or she may be regarded as extremely honest. In other words, if not cunning from the point of view of physical and verbal behavior, he will be regarded as being honest and straightforward, Uju. It is Uju if you are not crafty or cunning, it is Suju. The last metta is that if refrain from revealing the truth of the attributes which you do not have really possessed, it is Uju, you are honest. If no acceptance is made of the offering given by others through reverence under the false impression of the attributes which the bhikkhu, which the monk does not really possess, that monk will be considered to be very honest and very upright. In practicing meditation, the qualities of honesty and uprightness are fundamentally important. It's spoken under the pretense of having possessed the attributes of the special Dharma, which yogi has not yet achieved. If a false claim is made without actually possessing the attributes, it is a clear case of dishonesty. Such a person who makes a false claim under pretense, we have no chance of making progress in his meditation and practice. The teacher will find it difficult to correct him, or rather put him on the right track. If the person does not truly admit his faults and does not know his responsibility to tell the truth, he is devoid of the quality of suju, very upright. If the mind wanders, yogi must openly admit, "Oh, my mind is wandering. I try to note quickly, but mind wanders." Yogi tell the truth, tell what has actually happened in his practice. Otherwise, yogi will not be regarded as being very honest. Only if yogi tell the truth of what has taken place, or in other words, only if he reveals his failure to achieve the Dharma truthfully, it would amount to accomplishment of the attributes of Uju. Only when yogi is honest will the teacher be able to put him on the right track. If yogi sincerely and resourcefully meditate as guided by the teacher, samadhi jnana, penetrating knowledge by concentration, will soon be developed with progress. By practicing meditation, that person become uju and suju, become upright and very upright. In particular, when yogi reach the stage of Uddiyabhya jnana, yogi start to see the rising and disappearing of psychophysical phenomena, passaddhi, calmness or tranquility, lahuta, lightness, mudita, gentleness, kaminyata, adaptability to do what is to be done, and pakunyata, proficiency, and ujjugata, honesty of purpose. These kinds of mental state become very clear for the yogis who practice meditation seriously. So yogi who practice sila samadhi pinya, or yogi who practice meditation resourcefully and diligently, is gradually becoming uju and suju, becoming honest and upright. So if we want to become honest and upright and very upright, what we have to do, Rudy? Practice meditation is the only way to become upright. To become very upright, we need to practice meditation diligently and resourcefully. Now, yogi understand that you are becoming purified and upright step by step when your meditation progress. You are practicing every phenomena occurring at the six senses. You are trying to contemplate the kaya vedana citta dhamma. You are contemplating the body activities, rising, falling, sitting, stretching, bending, going, lying, etc. You are contemplating the feeling pleasant feeling, unpleasant feeling, and neutral feeling. Every feeling you trying to be aware. You are contemplating the imagining, thinking, etc. Chaitanupasana. You are contemplating. You are contemplating the seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, and knowing. Dhammanupasana. You are becoming upright and very upright. There are 7 stages to become upright and very upright. There are 7 stages to purify your physical and verbal, physical and mental behavior. 7 purifications of virtue, sila visuddhi, purifications of mind, citta visuddhi, purifications of view, deity visuddhi, purifications of purification by overcoming doubt, kinka vitarana visuddhi, purification by knowledge and vision of path and not path, mega mega jnana dasana visuddhi, purification by knowledge and vision of the way, patipada jnana dasana, and purification by knowledge and vision, jnana dasana visuddhi. So you need to be satisfied, you need to understand that you are becoming purifier moment by moment. You are becoming upright and very upright by practicing meditation diligently. So 7 purification. Can you follow me? Sila Visuddhi, Citta Visuddhi, Deity Visuddhi, Kinka Vitarana Visuddhi, Mega Mega Jnana Dasana Visuddhi, Patipada Jnana Dasana Visuddhi, Jnana Dasana Visuddhi. Translation, follow me. Purifications of virtue, purifications of virtue, purifications of mind, purifications of mind, purifications of view, purifications of view, purification by overcoming doubt, purification by overcoming doubt, purification by knowledge and vision of path and not path, purification by knowledge and vision of path and not path, purification by knowledge and vision of the way, purification by knowledge and vision. So now you are purifying your physical, verbal, and mental. Of course, first you need to purify your sila. You need to upright. That means physical, verbal must be clean. So 7 stage of purity. You understand that you are becoming upright and very upright. Yogi have to go through these 7 stages of purity one by one. There is no skipping of any stage of purity. You have to go from the beginning up to the top. During those stages, a Vipassana yogi experiences different kinds of knowledge and understanding. Different kinds of Vipassana knowledge arise in your mind as you go along with 7 stages of purity. You become upright and very upright. The first stage is called purity of virtue, Sila Visuddhi, or that is called Uju, upright. During this stage, you do not yet practice meditation. You try to purify your moral conduct. That is because purity of moral conduct is a firm basic on which you build the structure of concentration and wisdom. Without moral purity, you cannot hope to get concentration. And if you cannot get concentration, you do not get the penetration into the nature of Namarupa, mind and matter. So the purity of virtue or purity of moral conduct is an important step to achieve if you are to practice Vipassana. And for the monks have to keep Patimokkha precepts. It is based on the Visuddhimagga. And for lay people, at least 5 precepts, 8 precepts. Now here you take 8 precepts, and some 10 precepts are just for the lay people and also nuns. If you keep 8 precepts, you get more wholesome, more merits. But minimum you need to take 5 precepts. You get more time to devote to your practice of meditation if you take 8 precepts, because you have no dinner. And keeping 8 precepts is better than keeping 5 precepts. And if you can do away with handling money, you may take 10 precepts. This may be very difficult nowadays, so you may take and keep 5 precepts or 8 precepts or 10 precepts to purify your moral conduct. You become upright. So the first stage is like making preparation for your practice. And the second stage of purity is called Citta Visuddhi, purity of mind. Purity of mind really means concentration. So Upachara Samadhi and Apana Samadhi, access concentration and absorption concentration, are said to be purity of mind, or purity of mind is said to consist of access concentration and absorption concentration. Yogi gets access concentration and absorption concentration when you practice samatha meditation. You practice one of the subject of samatha meditation and you get access concentration and absorption concentration. So in the commentaries, purity of mind is described as access concentration and absorption concentration. That stage is not vipassana yet. Access concentration is also called neighborhood concentration, and absorption concentration is called jhana concentration. The first is called neighborhood concentration because it is in the neighborhood of jhana concentration. These two kinds of concentration are for those who practice samatha meditation first and then who will change over to vipassana meditation. So there are those who do not practice samatha meditation, who do not begin their meditation practice with samatha meditation, but who practice vipassana meditation right away. Mostly yogis are here. They practice meditation vipassana right away. For these people, these yogi, purity of mind means momentary concentration, khanika samadhi. Momentary concentration is similar to excess concentration. When you get excess concentration, you can keep your mind on the meditation object firmly. There will be no mental hindrances in your mind. So excess concentration can subdue mental hindrances. Excess concentration can keep away the mental hindrances, and it can keep the mind on the meditation object firmly. In the same way, momentary concentration can keep the mind on the object, and also it can keep mental hindrances away from the mind. So momentary concentration is actually counterpart to excess concentration. The only difference between the excess concentration and momentary concentration is that for excess concentration, there is only one kind of object, but for momentary concentration, there can be many objects. The objects may differ at different moments for momentary concentration, but for excess concentration, the object is the same kinds of all through. In the commentaries and also in some sub-commentaries, excess concentration and absorption concentration are only said to be purity of mind. Now it is to be certified for the yogis. You need to rejoice your practice. What you are doing is you are trying to purify your mind moment by moment. And you are trying to become upright and very upright. So Buddha he mentioned meditator must be capable, meditator must be upright and very upright. So we will continue next time. We have to stop our discourse for today. By practicing vipassana meditation, by observing every phenomena occurring at the six senses, by noting rising, falling, sitting, stretching, bending, seeing, hearing, continuously and meticulously. May all yogis be liberated from all suffering. May all meditators realize the real peace in the very near future.